So you don't have a powerful computer to run something like Premiere Pro or Final Cut or something like that, but you want to get your videos off your drone or whatever camera you're using. This will work on any camera, and into your phone, into a phone editor. My first 200 videos were made on phone editors. And I'm going to show you the simplest way to do it. You get one of these little adapters. This is an Apple. This is not actually an Apple. This thing's only about 10 bucks, 12 bucks maybe. It's just an adapter. You plug the SD card's already in it, and it's got a lightning connector on the other end. And I'm going to show you how to use a phone editor. The one I'm going to show you on is CapCut. There's others, but let's start with CapCut, because CapCut is free, and it's the best free one out there. I'm going to show you how to get the videos off the drone or off the camera, onto the editor, and into a timeline. And then that'll be the end of the video, and then the next video will be something else. Okay, for the first thing we're going to do is open up the Photos app. I have my card in the little adapter I just showed you, and I am going to plug it in. Now, where this thing shows up, depending on your phone, what kind of phone it is, what software you have in the phone, your latest updates and stuff could be different. Mine shows up here in Devices SD card in the Photos app. You might have to go searching for it in Files, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. But let's start with the SD card. I plugged it in. It's there on the SD card. So on the SD card, under Devices, is the card that came out of the drone. And you can see here I have about 15 clips. I wish there was more detail on these clips, but there's not. So I'm just going to try to, how about I just pick 4 clips. I'm going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to go up here to the top right where it says import. I'm going to hit import and then import selected, because I'm only picking those 4. You could pick them all, but for the purposes of this video I only want to do 4. Import selected. 4 clips, and it's of a state park. So now up here in the right hand corner, you could stop the import, and you also have a little circle that's going to start populating kind of like a pie, filling in. And then on the 4 clips I just picked, you see your little gear moving. That means they're in the process of being transferred. And this whole process could take a little while, so I'll come back a little bit later. So now all 4 videos have the green check mark. They have been transferred. I'm going to unplug my adapter. If you watch over here to the left on the SD card where it's highlighted in blue, it should disappear. And it does. Now I'm going to go to imports, and there's my 4 videos. CapCut will not recognize imports as an album. It's a utility. So what we have to do is, up here in the upper right, hit select, go down to the imported folder where my 4 videos are, and tap on the 4 videos, and go down to this little box on the bottom with a vertical arrow pointing up, hit add to album, and go to your CapCut folder, hit CapCut. Then now let's go to the CapCut folder, and there's the 4 folders, or the 4 videos. So that's how you get them off your phone. The other thing you might have to do is open your files, plug in your adapter. Sometimes the SD card adapter won't show up in Photos. I don't know why. It just doesn't. If that happens, open Files and do this. Plug it in. There it says SD card. Open that up. There's your DCIM, your media. Then what you have to do is select your videos up top. You hit select, top right. Select your videos. And then you hit move. I have a folder in here called CapCut. And then I'm going to hit copy. And then them 4 videos, it's going to take a little while, same process. Those 4 videos will go into CapCut. I'm not going to copy them because I've already got them on my photo album. But I have another video, another folder that does have some, because we went to Kansas City a couple weeks ago. Kansas City Chiefs, right? So here's what I would do. I would hit select, and then let's say I would select the 4 videos, right? Go down here to the bottom to the left where it says share, hit share, and just go save 4 videos. And once you do that, it's gonna instantly save the 4 videos because they're already on your phone. It's going to save those videos into your photo album. So you just go to your main photo app, look at recents, and you'll see those 4 videos. And then you go through the process. Put them in the CapCut folder, just like I did. And then you could actually come back in here and delete those off of here, because in this case, you've actually copied the video, and you'll have like each one of these 183, 335, 177, 230 megabytes, whatever that adds up to. You've just added that much more onto your drive on your phone. And like on this one, it's a 64 gig phone. So I'm constantly deleting things and removing things and shifting things around to the cloud. But like I say, if you have questions, put it in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best I can, or I'll even make another little video. But here's what you do. If it doesn't show up in your Photos app, go to Files and look for them. I can't speak on the Google phones and stuff because I don't have one. So now you have your videos in the CapCut folder. So let's go to the CapCut app, which you've already downloaded. Go to the recents, and you will have a CapCut album. My Do Not Disturb's on. Not sure why that showed up. Hit CapCut. There's your 4 videos. What you can do is just tap that right in the middle of that little circle. That's number 1. You can go up here, and at the bottom left is the scissors. Now the whole video is highlighted in yellow. That's your video that you're going to watch, or you're going to put in your timeline. If you want to put the whole thing in there, that's fine. But what I usually do is I will take it and you grab on the left side, you grab the thicker part of that yellow, and that's what we call a handle. And I'm not going to be real selective here. I'm just going to pick out 14 seconds. So now where that's highlighted yellow, down here it says selected 14.7 seconds. I'm going to check mark that. I'm going to do the same thing to each one of these videos. See how it's highlighted up here, number 1. Now I just clicked the circle on number 2. Now number 2 is down here for me to look at. I can look at it, tap the scissors, and say all 4 of these videos, if you look at the top, they're all highlighted in green, and they have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the bottom of each one of those little thumbnails is a scissor, and that's telling me that I've looked at it and I've trimmed it. I've already trimmed it. So I can pick individually each one. I can deselect them, just do one at a time, or I can do all four. I'm just going to do all four of them. All four of those videos, on the bottom right here, I hit add, and that brings them into your timeline. So now they're in your timeline. And I'm actually in the process of making this tutorial right now, so this is the beginning of that. So it'll play like this. You may remember this. Photos app. But anyway, that's how you get them in your timeline. And just while you're wondering, why does this footage look so weird? This is filmed in a flat profile. And I'll just tell you real quick, what you could do is, if you just tap on the timeline, tap it, and hit, down here you have all these icons that you can use. Hit adjust. Now let me just go to brightness. I can brighten that up a little bit, right? Now watch when I do contrast. A little bit of contrast to that, because these trees just look like one big mess. Now I'm going to add some saturation. That's going to bring the color out. This was filmed in a kind of a log, a descent-alike, not totally flat, but a couple things you can do, but we'll get into that later. So that is how you add video clips to a timeline. Now, the next video, I will show you a little bit more on some simple editing tricks, and hopefully you're learning something from these videos. Like I say, I'm not monetized. I just had a real struggle with this in the beginning because I didn't really understand the language. These guys on YouTube, if you watch video editing, they go so fast. They assume that you know the language. I'm assuming that you don't know the language. I'm assuming that you're a complete beginner, never edited a video in your life. So if you have edited some videos, this is probably not for you. But I'm assuming you've never touched a video editor in your life. So, and I'm just trying to help. And one more little tip. When you get to ready to close it out, you don't have to save anything. It's going to save it. You just hit the X. And then right here is your project. And don't move your video clips anywhere until your whole video is complete. Don't move them, don't delete them, or anything like that. Because when you open this back up, you may get all kinds of errors because it won't be able to find them. It's editing the clip, but it's not, your clips are not really in here. So just remember that. Don't move them. Don't delete them, or you'll have to start all over. And that's going to be it for this one. Next time, we're going to add some music, maybe, some text, maybe some keyframes, things like that.